Hello, in this tutorial we'll introduce procedures on calculating sample size and statistical power. Determining sample size plays an important role when it comes to increasing the efficiency of the research and statistical accuracy. Recruiting more sample size than the required for the research will result in the waste of time and cost. On the contrary, recruiting less sample size than the required won't guarantee the statistical power. So it is very important that the process of determining appropriate sample size, if a specific statistical power should be guaranteed, or computing statistical power if sample size is fixed. The SALT program provides a very convenient interface to compute sample size or statistical power for both people who are and not familiar with statistics. You can compute sample size and/or statistical power by either clicking Sample Size and Power Analysis menu on the starting page, or Power and Sample Size menu. When deciding appropriate sample size, the consideration of statistical power is not essential but an option. In the case of deciding appropriate sample size with the consideration of statistical power, click Power and Sample Size, Sample Size Power Calculation menu. The sample size will be computed due to hypothesis and statistical testing methods built by the researcher. When considering statistical power, you can first choose one of three categories: mean comparison, proportion comparison, and other statistics. For mean comparison, there are four cases: one group, matched pair group, unmatched two groups. In the case of unmatched two groups, same or different sample sizes can be considered. For proportion comparison, there are three cases: one group, unmatched two groups having same sample sizes, and unmatched two groups having different sample sizes. One of the convenient things that SALT program provides is function of sample size determination in the case that unmatched two groups have different sample sizes, which is a distinguishing characteristic of the SALT program compared to other statistical software programs. When the different sample sizes are assumed, you can simply click on Two Group Different Sample Size for both mean comparison and proportion comparison. In the case of other statistics, SALT supports correlation analysis, one-way ANOVA, and chi-square test. If you want to compute statistical power instead of sample size, choose Sample Size Not Power in the Sample Size Power list, then click Compute button. In the case of deciding sample size without considering the statistical power, refer to the Power and Sample Size without power calculation menu, and the sample size will be computed due to the hypothesis and statistical testing methods built by the researcher. When statistical power is out of consideration, there are two categories: mean comparison and proportion comparison. For both mean comparison and proportion comparison, you can compute sample size in the case that there is one group or two groups.